Well, hey guys, how are you? It is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. Getting this one out a little bit late, but I always promise to get these out before my head hits the pillow. So, again, if this is your first time here with Inspirations for Your Life, taking this opportunity to say thank you and welcome. If you have been here many times before, well, welcome back. It's always great to have supporters that enjoy the content and want to make this part of their life. So, don't forget to grab maybe your cup of tea. I've got one here with me. Maybe you can get something hot, something cold, maybe a snack, some fruit, whatever you'd like, and hurry on back to the show and let's kick this off. So, welcome everyone to the ever popular Inspirations for Your Life show, the daily show. It's the motivational show that helps you refuel your mind, reset your perspective, and reconnect with what truly matters. By the way, this is John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, engineer, marketing specialist, video producer, podcast host, coach, graduate student, and of course, a passionate lifelong learner. It is so great to be with everyone here on the Inspirations for Your Life show, regardless of whether you're coming here for something personal, whether you're coming here for something business related. It doesn't matter. It's just important that you grow. And I think there's some amazing things here that, we can learn from each other. We can learn from ourselves. And I think sometimes, this can be a little bit of a challenge for some people. I mean, I know this because a lot of people don't necessarily get like why things go a certain way or why a door closes and why sometimes we are able to see something, but maybe not in full perspective. So I think that's an important thing, to understand. So again, I want to take this opportunity to definitely welcome you here. Today's episode is all about future reset, planning without pressure. It's all about giving your mind permission to breathe while you still are moving powerfully toward your goals. So I think instead of beating yourself up about what didn't get done, this is your invitation to design next week with grace, gentle ambition, and a mindset that makes progress feel lighter, not heavier. I think that's a hard thing for some people to admit that. The fact that maybe this week didn't go as well as they wanted to. And you're still like beating yourself up about that. It's like, hey, like, I don't know why this happened or why this did happen. But if we can just embrace the fact that we're human and know that there's a lot of great things that we can do, guys. I mean, a lot of great things. But I know sometimes, you get a little bit caught up because you're stuck in the momentum, and then you want to be somewhere further, but whatever you notice that you can't be further. And there's a reason why that actually happens. And that happens, guys, because of one thing. You know what that one thing is? That one thing, guys, is something very, very, very important. And when I say very important, I mean this because a lot of times, we get stuck into this enigma of like life. And we don't know like where it's supposed to go or how we're supposed to do something with it. So I think that's a very important thing for a lot of us, to learn, knowing that we can make a true difference if we truly are open to those types of changes in our lives. So, number one, guys, let's plan softly. Pressure kills creativity. When you plan from tension, your brain goes into survival mode and creativity quietly leaves the room. Soft planning means you give yourself a direction, not a punishment. So your mind feels safe enough to experiment, imagine, and actually enjoy taking action. I think that's a very important point is that we want to enjoy what it's like to take action in our lives. Maybe action is something for you that could be different. Action could be something totally different. And so, number two, reset your goals with grace, not guilt. You do not owe yesterday's version of you the same exact plan if it no longer fits your life. Grace says, I'm allowed to change the plan because I've changed. And that mindset turns goal setting from self critics into self support. And I know that can sound hard for some people, but I want you to understand that this is a truth that I feel many people miss because, again, we're shooting for the mark. And I get that we're shooting for the mark. Everybody wants to shoot for the mark, but sometimes we don't get it, especially not the first time. And so there's no need to get yourself all riled up about it. Okay. That's an important thing to definitely understand. Number three, next week deserves calm preparation, not panic. When you prepare from a calm headspace, you make smarter choices. You set realistic expectations and avoid packing your schedule with fantasy productivity. A peaceful planning session is more powerful than a frantic to do list because it aligns your energy with what you can actually do. Does that make sense? Maybe it may not for you for the moment, but I think the more that you embrace this concept, the more that you're going to say, you know what, John, this actually makes sense and I now get it. But I get that sometimes, you might be flustered because you're wondering like why something is taking so long or why something is going a certain way. And I just wanted to tell you that you've got to give yourself that grace. Okay. Number four, you're allowed to adjust destination mid journey. A change in direction is not a failure, it's feedback in action. When new information, feelings, or opportunities appear, a healthy mind allows the map to evolve instead of changing you to an outdated goal. I think that's another thing that a lot of people miss is that we can update, we can change our goals at any time in our life. Number five, progress is personal. It's not performative. Your growth is not a show for social media friends or coworkers. It's a private contract between you and your values. When you stop planning to impress others and start planning to honor yourself, your progress becomes deeper, steadier, and much more satisfying. I think some people, again, they miss the boat on this because, again, they're doing it for the wrong reasons. They're doing it because they want to make a big show. And I think if you've made the show, then you're probably going to get lost along the way. Number six, your timeline doesn't expire. There's no cosmic deadline for having it all together, no matter what the world implies. Removing fake timelines lowers anxiety and lets you commit to substantial progress instead of sprinting toward burnout. That's a very important thing to understand. All right. A very, very important thing. And when you understand this, you can live with a certain type of grace. Number seven, guys, the future starts when you forgive your past. If you're still angry at your old mistakes, you're going to hesitate every time you plan something new. Forgiveness clears emotional bandwidth, so your planning energy goes into creation, not self punishment. People put themselves in that mode like, oh, what am I going to do now? Make peace with slower seasons. Life moves in rhythms, not straight lines. And slow seasons are often where deep growth and clarity quietly live and form. When you stop judging and you slow down as lazy, you free yourself to rest, to reflect, and to return even stronger. You basically recharge your battery. Number nine, planning is planting. Every small task you schedule is a seed you put into the soil of your future. You don't dig it up every hour to check it. You trust that consistent, gentle tending will eventually turn into a visible growth. Number 10, guys, schedule joy next week like a meeting. Joy should not be whatever's left after the work is done. It deserves a time slot, just like any important call. When you deliberately plan fun, rest, or connection, your week feels lighter and your productivity becomes more sustainable. Number 11, guys, leave room in your plan for miracles. Over planning every minute leaves no space for surprises, opportunities, or serendipity. A few open blocks in your week say to life, I'm ready for something good. I didn't script. And that's going to put your mind in this very interesting spot like, well, what do I do? What do I say? Number 12, it's not next time, it's better time. When something doesn't work out, you can frame it as failure or as a draft for an improved attempt. I like that concept. Calling it a quote unquote better time turns repetition into refinement instead of regret. See, once we lock into regret, it's like we completely shut all of our systems down and we don't give ourselves a break to be able to move forward. I think that's a very important thing. Number 13, guys, replace pressure with pacing. So pacing is what marathoners use to finish strong. Pressure is what makes people quit halfway. When you design your week with realistic energy in mind, your consistency becomes your power tool. Some people think that consistency is overrated, but it's not. Doing an act consistently and doing the same amount every single day is what's going to lead you to your success. Don't be upset that you're not where you want to be today. Number 14 says, future tripping is anxiety's hobby. Unsubscribe. Spinning out of 50 possible worst case scenarios doesn't protect you, it drains you. Bring your mind back to what small thing can I prepare today? And you reclaim control from imagined disasters. And I think when we can imagine things, we can realize that our life is great, but our life can even be better tomorrow. Maybe we don't necessarily know the how or the why or the when, but all we know is that it will be better. It definitely will be better. I think that's important to understand, guys, is that life will be better. Will be better. So reset your relationship with time. Start it right now. Instead of treating time like an enemy that's always running away, start seeing it as a partner you can collaborate with. And I think that's a big key to a lot of reasons why many people are not successful. When you match tasks to your natural energy peaks, time feels more like a tool and less like a threat. I think we have to enjoy every moment of our time. And when we can do that, life kind of sparks and opens up in a very unique way that surprises us in a very positive way. Number 16, every Friday is a soft relaunch. You don't need a new year or a new month to begin again. Every week gives you a fresh test version of yourself. A gentle Friday reset lets you close the week with reflection instead of regret and plan the next one with wisdom instead of worry and also laced with full integrity. Number 17, guys, predict less, prepare more. You can't script everything that will happen, but you can build systems and habits that keep you steady when it does. Preparation is about readiness, it's not about control. I think sometimes people, well, they misjudge, they misunderstand that if they don't have the control, then they think they've lost everything. I was talking to somebody today, and his whole thing was really about control. He didn't get the main point. He got one thing, and that was that everything had to be about control. And if it is about control, then that technically could actually help you. Number 18, guys, you can pre-plan peace. Peace is not just something you hope to feel. It's something you can design by protecting your sleep, your boundaries, and your quiet time. When you block peace into your calendar, stress has a fewer places to hide. I think that's a very important thing to realize. Lessons turn into leverage. Use them next week. Every mistake carries data about what drains you, what works, and what doesn't. And when you plug that data into next week's plan, well, your life becomes an ongoing upgrade instead of a loop that you're like, how do I get out of this loop? How do I get off this merry-go-round? Right? I think that's an important thing to understand. And if you understand that, then maybe this will be a little bit easier for you. I think sometimes we rush for an answer. And I think when that happens, it's like we're not sure what we're supposed to say. Okay. We're not sure what we're supposed to say. And because we're not sure what we're supposed to say, it's like we don't understand the whole reason. We don't understand the why. And we don't get that because it's important to understand different things. And the different things are things that many people don't quite understand and maybe why they're going a certain place. And that's something that many people will hopefully be happy to know or to understand. Because, you know, if you don't get something the first time, don't give yourself a hard time because it might not be the right time for you to make that connection. And when the connection is made gracefully or when the connection is made in divine timing, it's like these magical gateways, these magical doors open up that give us so much perspective of our life. Number 20, guys, dream, but leave space for the detours. I think a lot of people they feel that, well, this isn't happening, that's happened. So it's like I gotta fill everything. You don't need to fill every little line in. Big visions are beautiful, but they become rigid when you insist on only one route. Detours often carry you past people, skills, and experiences your original path never would have offered. And again, these pathways are things that I think are very important to recognize or to realize because they're really the true magic to creating some amazing things in your life. It's not about how things always don't go. It's about what works the best. And what works the best is something a lot of people don't understand or don't realize what it would be or why it would be a certain way. And the why is something that a lot of people, a lot of times, get stuck in because they go through this endless loop. And this endless loop is something that many people just don't want to be part of. So they decide to tell themselves that they can't do this, that they're not this, they're not this, they're not able, they're not smart enough, they're not. curious enough. They're not imaginative enough, or whatever it is. Okay. These are important things to know. Number 21, allow next week to unfold, not obey. A good plan guides you, it doesn't handcuff you. When you treat your schedule as a living document, you gain the freedom to respond to life without feeling like you failed the plan. Number 22, kind discipline, harsh motivation. Harsh self talk can push you for a day, but kind discipline sustains you for a lifetime. Speak to yourself like a committed coach and not a cruel critic, and your follow through will grow every time. Number 23, the plan isn't failing, it's flexing. When reality forces you to pivot, that doesn't mean the plan was useless. It means it served its purpose for the time up to that point. Flexibility turns ruined plans into responsive strategy. I think that's another important one. Number 24, guys, you can reset everything except purpose, really your core values. You could change methods, timelines, and milestones as often as needed, but your core purpose stays steady. Remember, ring that lets you adjust how without doubting the why. Number 25, futures glow brighter after forgiveness when you let go of shame over missed deadlines or abandoned goals. Your vision for the future becomes clearer and more hopeful. Forgiveness widens what you believe is possible for you. Number 26, guys, plan your energy, not just your calendar. Two tasks that look equal on paper can feel totally different depending on your energy level. Design your week so demanding tasks meet your higher energy window and lighter tasks meet your slower moments. Number 27, guys, preparation is confidence in disguise. That calm feeling before a big day doesn't come from luck. It comes from knowing you've done what you can ahead of time. Good preparation on lets you walk into next week with a quiet inner, I've got this. Number 28, guys. Flexibility is your superpower. In a world that changes fast, the people who bend without breaking are the ones who keep moving. When you practice mental flexibility, you can adjust plans without losing momentum or identity. Number 29, finish calm, not frantic. Ending the week in chaos teaches your nervous system that life is always on fire. Ending it with a short review, some gratitude, and a gentle plan teaches your body that rest and progress can coexist together. Something that I think many people don't do because they hear from somebody that, oh, this is impossible or this is impossible. It's not impossible. It's your brain. It's what you're thinking. I think those are important things, guys. Really, really important things for you to understand. Number 30. Next week's magic starts with today's mindset. Next week's magic starts with today's mindset. That's a very keen thing, guys. So your schedule might begin on Monday, but your energy for it starts right now. When you choose a kinder, more hopeful inner script today, you're already rewriting the story of your next week. Don't be fearful of it. Be joyful and be excited of the potential possibilities. They're infinite, guys. And when we can embrace our life as possibilities, and we can see those challenges as, well, stepping stones, as adjustment points to allow us to redirect what we're doing. That's key, guys. And when we can get a sense of this, when we can feel it inside us, that's when it's starting to take a hold. Not any earlier, not any later. It's at that moment that we feel something grabbing us and taking a hold of us. That is so key, guys. I cannot emphasize that anymore. It is so key. Ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to connect um, with this journey beyond today's episode. How do you do that? It's really simple. 24 hours a day, you can go to believemeachieve.com and you can follow along on Instagram. You can check out all my other great content, short form content, long form content, reels, articles for some daily sparks of motivation. You can find what's going to light your passion. You can choose, ladies and gentlemen, to tune into the Inspirations for Your Life show every single day. You can just go to believemeachieve.com and find the episode or the keywords that resonate most with you. And I think when we can learn to do that, it's like we've already given ourselves hope. We've already started our new promise. And it's that promise that makes a huge difference. And let this be, well, a guide to your daily reminder that you are allowed to reset, rewrite, and reimagine the way your future feels. I know you might say, John, that's impossible to do, but I'm here to tell you, if you believe you can do it, you will. And one day you're going to wake up and you're like, wow, I actually did all that. Don't be disappointed if you don't get it in 24 hours, if you don't get it in 1 hour. Rome wasn't built in a day, right? So neither can our lives, neither can our full aspirations be built in just one day. We're complex creatures. When we're passionate at our core, anything becomes possible. I hope you guys have a fantastic evening, and I'll catch you real soon. Be well, everyone.